Right now, at this very moment, the universe is speaking directly to you, not to someone else, not to the person sitting next to you, to you. And the message is simple yet profound. You are exactly where you need to be to become who you're meant to be. Everything that has happened in your life, every struggle, every disappointment, every moment of joy has been preparing you for this exact moment. You see, the universe doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't send random events into your life just to torture you or confuse you. Every single thing that shows up in your experience is a teacher, a guide, a signpost pointing you toward your highest self. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. You might be saying, wait a minute, if I'm exactly where I need to be, then why do I feel so stuck? Why do I feel so lost? Why does my life look nothing like what I dreamed it would be? And that's exactly the point. That feeling, that discomfort, that restlessness inside of you, that's not a sign that you're failing. That's the universe nudging you, pushing you, sometimes even shoving you toward your true purpose. The universe is saying, wake up, pay attention. There's more for you than this. You have to understand something fundamental about how life works. You didn't come here to this planet to simply exist, to just get by, to survive. You came here with a purpose, with gifts that only you possess, with a unique way of seeing the world that no one else has. And when you're not living in alignment with that purpose, when you're not expressing those gifts, your soul knows it, your inner being knows it. And it creates discomfort. It creates that nagging feeling that there must be something more. So many people spend their entire lives trying to quiet that voice. They try to drown it out with distractions, with busyness, with other people's opinions about who they should be and what they should do. They take jobs they hate because someone told them it was the practical thing to do. They stay in relationships that drain them because they're afraid of being alone. They abandon their dreams because someone laughed at them or told them it was impossible. And all the while, that voice inside keeps whispering, keeps calling, keeps reminding them of who they really are. But here's what I want you to know. That voice, that inner knowing, that's the universe speaking through you. That's your higher self trying to get your attention. And it will never give up on you. Never. It doesn't matter how many wrong turns you've taken. It doesn't matter how many times you've ignored it. It doesn't matter how old you are or what your circumstances look like right now. That voice will keep calling you home to yourself until the day you finally listen. And the beautiful thing is, you're listening right now. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're open to this message, that's not an accident. The universe has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating events, arranging circumstances, bringing people into your life and taking others out, all to bring you to this exact moment. This is your wake-up call. This is your invitation to step into the life you were born to live. Now, let me tell you something about the universe that most people don't understand. The universe is not some distant, cold, uncaring force. The universe is alive. It's conscious. It's intelligent beyond measure, and it loves you. Not in some abstract philosophical way, but in a real, tangible, personal way. The universe wants you to succeed. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to fulfill your purpose. And it's constantly sending you messages, giving you signs, opening doors for you if you're willing to see them. Think about your life right now. Think about the challenges you're facing. I promise you, hidden within those challenges are the exact lessons you need to learn to move to the next level of your growth. The universe doesn't send you obstacles to punish you. It sends you obstacles to strengthen you, to teach you, to prepare you for what's coming. Every difficult person in your life is teaching you patience or boundaries or self-love. Every financial struggle is teaching you about abundance, consciousness, or resourcefulness or faith. Every health challenge is teaching you to honor your body or to slow down or to appreciate the gift of life itself. But here's the key. You have to shift your perspective. You have to stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as a student of life. When something difficult happens, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this teaching me? What is the universe trying to show me right now? That simple shift in perspective changes everything. It transforms you from being powerless to being powerful. It transforms your life from being a series of random events to being a meaningful journey of growth and expansion. And I want you to understand something else. The universe speaks to you in many different ways. Sometimes it speaks through people. Have you ever noticed how the same message keeps showing up from different people? Maybe 3 different people in 1 week tell you that you should write a book or start a business or move to a new city. That's not a coincidence. That's the universe using other people as messengers to get through to you. Sometimes the universe speaks through what we call coincidences or synchronicities. You think of someone you haven't spoken to in years, and then the phone rings and it's them. You need help with something, and the perfect person shows up at exactly the right time. You're facing a decision, and you randomly open a book to a page that contains the exact answer you need. These aren't accidents. These are the universe's way of showing you that you're connected to something much larger than yourself, that you're being guided, that you're not alone. Sometimes the universe speaks through your intuition, through that gut feeling that tells you to turn left instead of right, to say yes to this opportunity and no to that one, to trust this person but be careful with that one. Your intuition is your direct line to universal wisdom. It's your inner GPS system, and it's always working, always sending you signals, but you have to learn to listen to it. You have to learn to trust it, even when it doesn't make logical sense, even when everyone around you is telling you something different. And sometimes the universe speaks through what looks like failure or loss. You don't get the job you wanted, a relationship ends, a business fails, a door slams shut in your face, and in the moment it feels terrible, it feels like rejection, it feels like punishment. But I'm here to tell you that the universe never closes a door without opening a window. Sometimes it has to remove something from your life to make room for something better. Sometimes it has to break your heart open so that more light can get in. Sometimes it has to take you through the darkness so you can truly appreciate the light. Think about some of the worst things that have happened to you in your life. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, can you see how those experiences shaped you? Can you see how they made you stronger, wiser, more compassionate? Can you see how they led you to people or opportunities that you never would have encountered otherwise? What felt like the end of the world at the time was actually the beginning of a new chapter. What felt like a curse was actually a blessing in disguise. This is why I'm telling you that the universe just sent you this exact message. Because right now, wherever you are in your life, whatever you're going through, the universe is working in your favor. It's not against you, it's for you, always. And when you truly understand this, when you truly believe this, everything changes. You stop resisting life and start flowing with it. You stop fighting against the current and start letting the river carry you where you need to go. But let me be clear about something. Understanding that the universe is working in your favor doesn't mean you just sit back and wait for good things to happen. It doesn't mean you become passive or lazy. No. It means you become an active co-creator with the universe. It means you set intentions, you take inspired action, you show up every day and do the work, but you do it from a place of trust rather than from a place of fear. You do it knowing that the universe has your back, that you're being guided, that you're being supported every step of the way. So many people are trying to force their lives to happen. They're pushing and striving and struggling, trying to make things work through sheer willpower. And while there's nothing wrong with effort and dedication, when it comes from a place of fear, when it comes from a belief that you're alone in this and that everything depends on you, it's exhausting. It's draining. And often it doesn't work because you're working against the natural flow of the universe instead of working with it. Think of it this way. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to check on its progress. You don't stand over it and worry and stress about whether it's growing. You plant the seed, you water it, you make sure it has sunlight, and then you trust. You trust that nature knows what to do. You trust that the seed has everything it needs within itself to become a mighty tree. You trust the process. Your life works the same way. You set your intentions. You take action toward your goals. You develop your skills and abilities, and then you trust. You trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, bringing opportunities, opening doors. You trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. You trust that you're being guided to exactly where you need to be. And here's what happens when you live this way. You become magnetic. You start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances into your life. Things start flowing more easily. Doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. People start showing up to help you. Resources start appearing exactly when you need them. And this isn't magic, although it might seem like it. It's simply you aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe. You see, the universe operates on certain principles, certain laws that are as reliable as the law of gravity. One of those laws is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. Whatever you're vibrating at, whatever frequency you're on, that's what you attract into your life. When you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, doubt, and lack, you attract more things to be fearful about, more reasons to doubt yourself, more experiences of lack. But when you shift your vibration to faith, trust, and abundance, when you start seeing yourself as worthy and deserving and supported by the universe, you attract experiences that match that frequency. Now, I'm not saying this is always easy. I'm not saying you just think positive thoughts and all your problems disappear. That's not how it works. What I am saying is that you have more power than you realize. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the power to choose your perspective. You have the power to choose how you respond to what life brings you. And those choices, those decisions you make moment by moment, day by day, those are what create your reality. Let me ask you something. What story are you telling yourself about your life? Are you telling yourself that life is hard, that nothing ever works out for you, that you're unlucky, that good things happen to other people but not to you? Because if that's the story you're telling yourself, then that's the life you're going to create. Your subconscious mind is always listening to the story you tell, and it works tirelessly to make that story come true. But what if you change the story? What if you started telling yourself that you're blessed, that you're guided, that you're supported, that everything always works out for your highest good? What if you started looking for evidence of the universe working in your favor instead of looking for evidence that life is against you? Because I promise you, whatever you look for, you'll find. If you look for problems, you'll see problems everywhere. If you look for miracles, you'll see miracles everywhere. This is not about being naive or ignoring reality. This is about understanding that your perception creates your reality. Two people can go through the exact same experience and have completely different reactions to it. One person loses their job and sees it as the worst thing that ever happened. They spiral into depression and fear. The other person loses their job and sees it as the universe pushing them towards something better. They see it as an opportunity to finally pursue that dream they've been putting off. Same experience, completely different outcomes, because of how they chose to perceive it. The universe just sent you this message to remind you that you have this power. You have the power to reframe every experience. You have the power to find the gift in every challenge. You have the power to see the opportunity in every obstacle. And when you exercise this power, when you consciously choose to see your life through the lens of faith rather than fear, everything shifts. But I want to go even further with this, because it's not just about changing your thoughts or your perspective. It's about remembering who you really are. You are not just a physical body walking around on this planet. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are a piece of the divine, an expression of the infinite, a spark of the same creative force that brought entire galaxies into existence. And that creative force lives within you. It flows through you. It wants to express itself through you. When you forget this, when you identify only with your physical body and your earthly circumstances, you feel small, you feel limited, you feel powerless. But when you remember the truth of who you are, when you reconnect with that divine spark within you, you realize that you have access to unlimited creativity, unlimited wisdom, unlimited power. Not power over other people, but power to create your life, power to overcome any obstacle, power to manifest your dreams. And the universe is constantly trying to remind you of this truth. Every time you feel inspired, that's the universe speaking through you. Every time you feel a surge of creativity or passion or excitement about something, that's the universe saying, yes, this is the direction. This is what you came here to do. Every time you feel love, joy, peace, gratitude, you're connecting with your true nature, with the divine essence that you are. So the message the universe is sending you right now is this. Stop playing small. Stop dimming your light. Stop waiting for permission from other people to be who you really are. Stop apologizing for your gifts, your talents, your dreams. Stop letting fear or doubt or other people's opinions hold you back. You came here to shine. You came here to express the fullness of who you are. You came here to make a difference in the world in your own unique way. And I know that might sound overwhelming. You might be thinking, but I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And that's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. The universe doesn't expect you to know every step of the path before you take the first step. All you need to do is listen to what calls to you. What makes you feel alive? What would you do even if you weren't paid for it? What issues or causes make your heart beat faster? What activities make you lose track of time because you're so absorbed in them? Those are clues. Those are breadcrumbs the universe is leaving for you to follow. And then you take one small step in that direction. Just one step. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow or make some huge, dramatic change. You just have to move in the direction of what calls to you. Maybe you take a class. Maybe you start a side project. Maybe you volunteer for an organization that aligns with your values. Maybe you have a conversation with someone who's doing what you want to do. And then you take another step, and another. And as you move forward, the path becomes clearer, doors open, opportunities appear, the right people show up, because the universe rewards action. It rewards courage. It rewards faith. But here's what you need to know. As you move toward your purpose, as you step into who you're meant to be, you will face resistance. Things will come up to challenge you. Your old fears and doubts will rear their heads. People in your life might not understand or support what you're doing. You might experience setbacks or obstacles. And this is where most people give up. They take this resistance as a sign that they're on the wrong path, that they should turn back, that they should play it safe. But the resistance isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you're on the right path. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're stretching beyond your comfort zone, that you're becoming someone new. And that old part of you, that part that's comfortable with the way things have always been, it's going to resist that change. It's going to try to pull you back to what's familiar, even if what's familiar isn't serving you. This is the moment where you have to trust the message the universe is sending you. This is the moment where you have to have faith that you're being guided, that you're being supported, that you're on the right track even when it doesn't feel like it. This is the moment where you have to remember that every great achievement, every significant transformation, every meaningful contribution that anyone has ever made required them to push through resistance, to face their fears, to keep going when things got difficult. And you know what? You're stronger than you think you are. You've already overcome so much in your life. Think about all the challenges you've faced, all the difficulties you've survived, all the times you thought you couldn't go on, but you did. You have resilience within you. You have courage within you. You have strength within you that you haven't even tapped into yet. And the universe knows this. The universe is calling forth those qualities in you right now. It's saying, you're ready, you're capable, you can do this. Let me tell you something else. You don't have to do this alone. The universe sends you help in many forms. Sometimes it's a friend who believes in you when you don't believe in yourself. Sometimes it's a mentor who shows you the way. Sometimes it's a book that contains the exact information you need. Sometimes it's a complete stranger who says something that shifts your entire perspective. Sometimes it's a moment of clarity, an insight, a breakthrough that seems to come out of nowhere. But it doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from the universe, from that infinite intelligence that's always working on your behalf. All you have to do is be open to receiving that help. All you have to do is ask for it. The universe responds to your requests. It responds to your prayers. It responds to your intentions. But you have to be clear about what you want. You have to be willing to receive it. And you have to be willing to take action when the opportunity presents itself. So many people pray for help. They ask the universe for guidance. And then when the help shows up, they don't recognize it. Or they think, that can't be the answer. That's too simple. That's not what I expected. But the universe doesn't always answer your prayers in the way you think it should. It answers them in the way that serves your highest good. Sometimes the answer comes in a form you didn't expect. Sometimes it requires you to do something uncomfortable or unfamiliar. Sometimes it asks you to trust even when you don't have all the information. This is where faith comes in. Faith is not about being certain. Faith is about trusting even when you're not certain. Faith is about taking the next step even when you can't see the whole staircase. Faith is about believing that the universe has a plan for you that's bigger and better than anything you could plan for yourself. And when you live with this kind of faith, when you move through life trusting that you're being guided and supported, something magical happens. Life becomes easier. Not because you don't face challenges, but because you face them with a different energy. You face them knowing that you're not alone, that you have the entire universe backing you up. And let me tell you what else happens when you align yourself with the universe. When you start living from your purpose, when you start expressing your true self, you become a light for other people. You become an inspiration. You give other people permission to do the same. Because when people see you living authentically, when they see you following your dreams despite the obstacles, when they see you trusting the universe and having it work out for you, it awakens something in them. It reminds them that they can do it too. It shows them that it's possible. This is one of the most beautiful aspects of living in alignment with the universe. You're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the transformation of the world. Because every person who wakes up, who steps into their purpose, who starts expressing their gifts, raises the vibration of the entire planet. Every person who chooses love over fear, faith over doubt, trust over control, makes it easier for the next person to do the same. We're all connected. We're all part of this vast web of consciousness. And when one of us rises, we help lift everyone else. So the message the universe is sending you right now is not just about you. It's about everyone whose life you're going to touch. It's about everyone you're going to inspire. It's about everyone who's going to be helped by your gifts, your talents, your unique contribution to the world. The universe didn't send you here just to take up space. It sent you here with a mission. And that mission is important. It matters. You matter. I don't care what anyone has ever told you. I don't care if someone said you weren't smart enough, or talented enough, or special enough. I don't care if you failed 100 times. I don't care if you're starting late or if you feel like you've wasted years of your life. None of that changes the truth of who you are. None of that changes the fact that you have something valuable to offer. None of that changes the fact that the universe has been preparing you, training you, molding you for this exact moment. Every experience you've had, good and bad, has given you wisdom. Every person you've met has taught you something. Every challenge you've overcome has made you stronger. Every tear you've cried has opened your heart. Every moment of joy has shown you what's possible. Every time you've gotten back up after falling down has proven your resilience. And now, all of that experience, all of that wisdom, all of that strength, it's time to use it. It's time to step forward. It's time to claim the life that's waiting for you. The universe is not asking you to be perfect. It's not asking you to have all the answers. It's not asking you to do everything right. It's simply asking you to be willing to grow, to be willing to learn, to be willing to try, to be willing to fail and try again, to be willing to show up as your authentic self, flaws and all, because that's where the real power is. That's where the real magic happens. Not in perfection, but in authenticity. Not in having it all figured out, but in being willing to figure it out as you go. And here's something I want you to really understand. The universe doesn't measure your worth by what you achieve. It doesn't measure your worth by how much money you make or how successful you are in the eyes of the world. The universe measures your worth by the love you give, by the kindness you show, by the joy you spread, by the authenticity you bring to every moment. You are already worthy. You always have been. You always will be. You don't have to earn the universe's love or support. You already have it. You've always had it. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been waiting for permission, consider it granted. If you've been waiting for the perfect time, I'm here to tell you that the perfect time is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready or more prepared or more confident. Now, because you're as ready as you're ever going to be. You have everything you need right now to take the next step. You might not have everything you need to complete the whole journey, but you have everything you need for this moment. And that's all life ever asks of you. To be present in this moment and to do what you can with what you have. The universe just sent you this exact message because it knows you're capable of so much more than you've been settling for. It knows you have gifts that are lying dormant inside of you, waiting to be expressed. It knows you have dreams that you've pushed down, convinced yourself were impossible, told yourself it's too late for, but it's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're alive, you have time to become who you were meant to be. You have time to do what you came here to do. And let me tell you what happens when you finally say yes to the universe's call. When you finally stop resisting and start allowing. When you finally stop doubting and start trusting. When you finally stop playing small and